she remains committed.
The Chinese influence is now felt in every corner of the Institute, from training programs to sports medicine. Juping's stamp is everywhere.
Juping tended to trust very much the Chinese method of everything, and that included medicine. It was fascinating when I'd start talking. She says, oh yeah, in her own way of speaking, as you've got to know, I'd talk about, say, stress fractures in the spine, and then she'd just come straight back at me, oh, and in China we understand this happens, and this is what you see on the X-ray, and this is how long it takes to get better, and this is the sort of program we use to get them back. And I sat there with my mouth open for a little while, thinking, I don't have a lot to offer here. And the thing I learned about Juping was that after she finished her distinguished career in gymnastics as an athlete, she went off and did a degree in Beijing, which picked up on anatomy and physiology and growth and development in athletes and a little bit of like a working knowledge of medicine. The beauty of my position is I've got a nice blend now between the Chinese medicine, if you like, and especially in gymnastics, and my own background in Western medicine. And, I think there's a lot to offer in their approach to recovery in particular, and how they use massage and diet and acupuncture and acupressure and those, I suppose, traditional Chinese things. The problem across all sports with women doing the amount of work that they do is there's a concern that they may not reach their, what we call peak bone density or peak bone mass, and they can set themselves up for problems later on in the menopause when they start thinning their bones and getting vertebral fractures and things like that. And so we're watching the gymnasts carefully in that respect. But as I say, they're young and they're growing. We know that you have concerns, is the training they're doing delaying their growth and somehow, retarding them or setting them back physiologically. The research that's been done says, well, the elite gymnasts in fact reach their predicted height and they reach their sort of physiological maturity, and I relate that to sexual maturity as much as everything else, eventually. So once they stop gymnastics, they seem to sort of get the maturity over and done with and they're into it. The good news is that they turn out to be all nice, normal adults, and they can go off, and the girls can go off and get married and have children, and the general health and well-being of gymnasts after they've retired is excellent.
This is a lovely routine, and the dismount above the height of the bar, sticking, and the smile, the Kylie smile.
All I can remember is sort of finishing and just partying, something chronic.
Now let's have a look at Monique Allen.
I can remember the minute I retired is I was at the Olympic Games and I finished on vault. That was my last apparatus. And there's just this photo I've seen of Juping and I where I stepped off the podium and she just picked me up and gave me a huge hug, and it just said it all. It was just a big relief that was sort of all over, but really sad at the same time.
Had a good performance from Lisa Reid.
And we come to expect those performances from Lisa. Mentally,
she knew you so well.
Just by looking
at your eyes, she used to say, you're scared, or you're not going to do this, or what's wrong. She knew something was wrong all the time, and she was like your mother because she knew something was wrong straight up. Going from 42 hours of training a week to nothing, and going back home to your family that you haven't really spent that much time with, it's just chaos. I mean, I was like almost a couch potato vegetable for 3 months and just wouldn't get off the beanbag.
That's the hardest thing, stopping something you really love. You don't stop it because you hate it, you stop it, because it's time to move on.
Going through puberty at 20 isn't really easy either. I mean, all these things you have to do. I mean, and you sort of wake up in the morning and go, whoa, baby, where did these come from? I mean, it's just such a big change. I mean, you go for a run, you think, oh man, it didn't hurt before. I mean, it's just so much change. When we were training, we weren't allowed any boyfriends and things. And I think the best thing that's happened to me is that I had time to sort of work myself out, sort of finding out how to pay rent and all those sort of things. And now I'm in love. It's even better than before. I can understand what normal people feel like and how good it does feel, and so I'm happy. I can't ask for anything else.
She's just in your life the whole time. Like anything you do, you sort of think, oh, how would Juping do it? Or, Juping wouldn't be happy with that. So it's in every aspect, I guess, organising yourself.
Wait!
The day before the team leaves for the competition in Perth, Juping keeps the pressure on until the last minute. As she often told me, they don't give away gold medals, you have to earn them. At times like this, the team becomes really close. After all, when the preparation's done, there's nothing to be afraid of.
5 hands. Finish. So.
4.
Alright. 1 minute. Yeah.
I'm asking you one question, everybody give the little answers. You think why we come to Perth?
Finally at the competition, Juping becomes a master strategist. She has this knack of being able to zero in on a gymnast, working out how they tick, then helping them to control that adrenaline that begins to pump.
I want to win.
You want to win what? You want all the things, you want to just win one? Which one you want to win?
All around.
Mm-hmm. Who's the next one?
I want to come over here for experience for other competitions and to do my best and to try not to worry if anyone's better than me.
Mm.
Well, I just want to come over here for experience for overseas because I'm still not used to the competitions. I'm still rushing inside and I just don't know how to control it. So I'm over here for experience, but I want to try and win something also.
Try win something.
Yeah.
You try win something, right? You try win something.
Every major competition determines the next stage of your career. This event is especially important because the selectors are choosing squads for the World Championships and Commonwealth Games, and for the younger girls, the 96 and year 2000 Olympics. The stakes are as high as they could possibly be.
Can you just tell us how you feel going into these championships?
Feel good. I just want to do my best in these competitions, just so I can get the experience to go overseas.
So what sort of pressure does that put on? How old are you, 14?
I'm 12.
12, sorry.
Yeah.
And our new sub-junior national champion from New South Wales, Alyssa Harvey.
Congratulations.
Well done.
Think. If you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you like to win, but you think you can't, it's almost certain you won't. If you think you are outclassed, you are. You've got to think high to rise. You've got to be sure of yourself before can ever win a prize. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger or faster girl, but sooner or later the girl who wins is the girl who thinks she can.
Now you can achieve 2,000 government because I want to believe you can do it. I'll try, you can do it.
True Stories returns next Sunday at 8:30. And remember, next Friday on ABC, we begin our exciting coverage of the 1994 World Gymnastic Championships from Brisbane. Join Steve Rebillard and Monique Allen with special guest commentator Nadia Comaneci, Friday night at 8:30. Coming up, our drama, Ashenden.